Christmas memories.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brooklyn and this is day 11 of Vlogmas. If you haven't watched the first 10 videos, make sure to go check those out. I made a Vlogmas playlist as well, so it makes it super easy to find the videos. So with that being said, for today's video, I thought I could introduce myself while we make some Grinch Christmas cookies. I found this recipe on Pinterest, so we're just gonna follow that while I tell you some facts about myself. So let's get into the video. So first fact about myself, if you know me, you know I love to bake. So first things first, we need to grab all the ingredients to make the cookies. First we have our vanilla cake. I just got the Betty Crocker French vanilla. So yeah, I'll insert a picture of what the cookies are supposed to look like so you can kind of see. But this is what we're gonna use to draw the red hearts on the cookies. It's just cookie icing that's red. Then we have vegetable oil, but I didn't realize we were running out. So I hope this is a third cup. It looks like it might be, but we'll see. I've got 2 eggs and I'm just gonna keep them in this cup for now. Then we need vanilla, powdered sugar, and cornstarch. Then we've got powdered sugar and vanilla. This also has green dye on the bottom of it. Oh, we need green dye. This is my baking bin. We've got cornstarch. So the green gel spilled, and that's probably how it got on the sugar. So I got everything on the list, so now let's start baking the cookies. First thing we need to do is line our baking sheets with parchment paper and just set them aside. All right, we have our baking sheet and our parchment paper. I buy this parchment paper just in a pack of already like the pre-cut ones. I just get them from Amazon. It's super nice when it comes to baking things or cooking in the oven. All right, so next thing is starting to combine the ingredients. So I need to get a big bowl real quick. We've got the biggest bowl now. Let's start combining the ingredients and then I'll start telling you guys a little bit more about myself. So first thing we need to do is combine the cake mix, the vegetable oil, the eggs, and the vanilla. So we've got our cake mix. So first fact about myself, I'm 22 years old and my birthday is March 10th, 2001. I'm just gonna dump this whole thing. So second fact about myself, while I grabbed the vegetable oil, I currently live in Utah, but I did not grow up in Utah. Well, I did, but I didn't. So we'll get into that. So we're doing 1/3 of a cup of vegetable oil. Just dump that. Oh my gosh, that was the perfect amount. It's like at the rim, but not overflowing. That's awesome. So we've got the vegetable oil and the cake mix. Now we need to add the eggs and the vanilla. So to explain more about me growing up in Utah, but not, but anyways. 1 egg and the second egg. So I don't really say that I grew up in Utah because I was born in Utah and I lived here for 11 years. Then I moved to Oregon and I lived there until I moved out for college. So I spent my childhood in Utah and then I spent my teenage and adult years in Oregon. Then I moved back for college. So I kind of grew up in Oregon, but I have lived in Utah for half of my life. Or I guess it'd be more than half of my life by now. So yeah, I grew up in Oregon, but I was born in Utah and I currently live in Utah. So yeah, that's a fun fact as well. Okay, so now we're gonna add the vanilla and we have to add 1/2 teaspoon. Okay, so I got the measuring cup. Let's do 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. All right, so now we're gonna mix them all together. So this is what it looks like right now. It just has a cookie consistency, nothing too special. So the next fun fact about myself, I'm one of 6 children. I'm the 3rd oldest, so I have 2 older siblings and 3 younger siblings. If you've been watching all of my vlogs consistently, you know a lot about my younger sister because she's in a lot of them. I'll give you guys a look as to what this looks like right now, but it smells really good. It just smells like vanilla cake. So I'm almost done mixing this and then we need to add the green dye. This is what it currently looks like. It's like a dough consistency. I really want to eat it, but I'm not going to. Okay, so this is the green dye that we're going to use. I don't know what brand it is. I just got it from Walmart, I'm sure. But it's this little green one. I think since we want it to be a lighter green color, I'm just gonna do a couple dots and then add more if we need to. But yeah, as I'm doing this, I'm going to explain more about my family. So this is not coming out like I thought. That was kind of a lot. But anyways, my 2 older siblings are married and my older sister has a baby. She's 4 months old now, I believe. They all live relatively close. My sister lives in Boise, so if you've seen the past few videos, you've seen that we stopped at her house and visited her for a little bit. My brother and his wife only live 30 minutes away. Then there's me. Then the next sibling is my brother, and he lives in Portland, Oregon. So if you've also watched the past couple videos, we went and hung out with him, so he'll be in those videos. So him and his girlfriend are currently going to school right now, but he's also doing firefighting and like all of that stuff. So I honestly don't really know what he does half the time, but he's a firefighter, EMT person. I think it's kind of too light of a green, so I think I might add a little bit more food coloring. So next in the family is my younger brother Jordan. He currently lives like 6 minutes away. He's going to school here. Then lastly, we have my youngest sister, and she's seen a lot in any of my vlogs or sometimes my TikToks. She lives about 6 minutes away as well, and she's currently studying nursing at school. So I have a lot of my family nearby, which is super nice because we get to hang out. But this is what it's looking like right now. Do I add more icing? Yeah, we're gonna do it. So I'm gonna add more icing color. Icing. So the next fact about me, I have 2 dogs. My first dog, her name is Milo, and she's almost 3 years old in a couple weeks. And she's an Alaskan Malamute German Shepherd mix. She's super cute and she's such a sweetheart. She's a very unique looking dog, so I never ever see other dogs that look like her. I found her on KSL and immediately got her. She wasn't very cute at the time, but for some reason I knew she had potential to be super cute. But yeah, she looked like a possum for the first couple months when I got her. I'll try and insert a picture of that as well. So yeah, we called her Possum for a little bit, but yeah, her name is Milo. Then in May of this year, I got my mom's dog because my mom decided to move and she didn't really want her dog anymore. And her name is Nala, and she's just a brown lab. She's a very big brown lab, but she's also very sweet. She does have a little bit of ADHD. So I added more food coloring, and it's not really changing the color anymore, so I think we're just gonna stop, and it's gonna be a light green. So yeah, I think we'll just keep this and move on to the next step. So the next step is to set the dough in the refrigerator for 20 minutes, and in all caps it says do not skip this step. So we're not gonna skip the step. So let's get this wrapped up in plastic wrap. So we got the plastic wrap on it, and now we're gonna stick it in the fridge for 20 minutes. Hey Alexa, set a timer for 20 minutes.
20 minutes, starting now.
Starting now. So while that's in the fridge, I'm gonna do some work. But another fun fact about me, if you know me, you know I love energy drinks, my favorite being Prime. This is probably my favorite flavor from Prime. I also love Alani, but they don't sell my favorite flavor anymore, which makes me a little sad. But yeah, so I'm gonna open this because I need some extra energy. So I'll be back in 20 minutes when it's done, and we'll start the next step of the cookie process. Bye. All right, so I just got the dough out of the fridge, and now it's time to move on to the next step. So we need to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Then we need to take the powdered sugar and the cornstarch and mix it together in a small bowl. So I got this small bowl, I hope it's big enough. So we need 1/3 cup of powdered sugar and 1/3 cup of cornstarch. So to continue introducing myself, we're gonna talk a little bit about what I do as my job. So I do social media full time. But with that being said, most of my work that I do is on TikTok. So if you don't follow me on TikTok, make sure to go check that out. Next, we'll do 1/3 cup of cornstarch. So I started making videos on TikTok a 1.5 years ago, and I've been doing it full time for over a year now. So I do TikTok, YouTube, and I post on Instagram as well. But my main platform that I make money from is TikTok, so that's how I'm able to do it full time. A lot of people ask me if I reach out to brands and do brand deals with them, but I do not. So I have a management team that deals with all my brand deals for me, and they will talk and communicate with all of the brands and the companies. Then they come to me with these offers, and I can either accept or deny it, and that's how I do brand videos, which you'll see on TikTok. So yeah, that's how I get my source of income, and that's how I do this as my full-time job. All right, the next step is to remove the dough from, So the next step is to form balls out of the dough, and then we have to roll it in this mixture until it's completely coated in white. Just gonna put these away. After we roll this dough in the mixture, we're going to place it on the pan. So I got that ready. So I'm gonna wash my hands first because we're dealing with the dough. Okay, so I just grabbed a spoon and I'm just going to scoop it. Wow, it's really thick. So we're gonna scoop it and then I'm just gonna roll it with my hands. It doesn't say how big to do them. I don't know. So I'm just gonna roll it in the mixture now. Then I'm gonna re-roll it. Oh, so that's cute. It looks like this. I don't know if you can see that, but. And then after I do all of this, we're going to flatten the cookies a little bit, but for now I'm just gonna form the dough, and then after I'll do that. So I just graduated in May from Utah State University with my bachelor's in finance. I did it in person my freshman year, and I lived on campus in a dorm, but that's also when COVID hit. So my sophomore and junior years were basically all online, and then senior year was half and half. But I also chose it to be half and half my senior year because I was working full-time social media. I felt it was easier if I just worked and did school from home. I'm trying to think of other fun facts about myself. I have 6 ear piercings. I don't know if that's necessarily fun fact, but I have my singles, my doubles, and then I have 1 helix in each ear. My family is very into sports. We are very much so a sports family. So growing up, all of my siblings and I did sports, but I tried lots and lots of sports growing up. I did tumbling, I did tap dance, I played soccer, I did volleyball, but I really only stuck to softball and basketball. So I played softball up until my senior year of high school, and I played basketball until my sophomore year of high school. I have broken 2 bones in my life. I broke my arm when I believe I was 2, just falling off like a counter or something like that. And then my junior year of high school, I broke my ankle ice skating, so I had to get surgery and I got 12 screws in a plate. And then a year after that, I got it all removed because it was just causing some irritation to my ankle and it was not feeling good. But yeah, I've only broken 2 bones in my body. So I just finished forming all the dough, rolling it in this mixture and placing them on the cookie sheet. So this is what they look like right now. I think they're super cute. They're not all proportionate, but I feel like it's fine because no one's actually gonna care that much. So the next step is to lightly press down the balls to make them flatter, but I kind of already did that when I was placing them on this sheet, so we're just gonna skip that. Now the next step is to bake them. It says to bake them for 8 to 10 minutes, so I'm gonna do 8 minutes for now, and then we'll see what they look like and maybe add more time if we need it. So yeah, let's put these in the oven. Hey Alexa, set a timer for 8 minutes.
8 minutes. Starting now.
So while the cookies are in the oven, I'm going to tell you a couple more facts about myself. So growing up, I always wanted to be a lawyer until I realized that you have to actually like talk in front of people, and I am really bad at talking in front of people. So that didn't work out and I switched it to finance. But I also didn't really know what degree I wanted to graduate with until my senior year of college. That's when I officially decided I was going to choose finance as my major. I started out with business management and then I switched it to accounting, and then I just left it there because I didn't know what I wanted to do yet. And then I finally switched it to finance and real estate. I have never traveled outside of the country. The furthest place I've ever traveled to is Hawaii. I just went earlier this year. My favorite holiday is Christmas, and a tradition that my family always has is on Christmas Eve we open up our first present, and they're always like Christmas pajamas, and we'll watch some Christmas movies and maybe go see some Christmas lights. And on Christmas morning we wake up at like 5 or 6 in the morning and open all of our presents. So yeah, I just love Christmas. I think it's a really fun time of the year, so I'm super excited for Christmas this year. While I was in Hawaii, I got to snorkel and we got to swim with a whale shark, which was super fun. It was a little scary at first, but then I realized like how cool it was and I wasn't really scared of it anymore. But yeah, I'll try and insert a picture. You can't really see the whale shark because the GoPro was dying at the time, so it wouldn't record anything and it barely got a picture. But yeah, I got to swim with the whale shark and that was really fun. I also got to swim with turtles, and turtles are one of my favorite animal ever, so that was exciting. I guess this is kind of an interesting fact, but my younger brother and I are only 15 months apart. So if I do the math correctly, I was 6 months old when my mom found out she was pregnant with him. Go mom. So he was just a year younger than me in school. It wasn't that big of a deal, but that is an interesting fact. My favorite color is blue, and it's been that way my whole entire life. Milo is laying on my leg right now. I'm gonna try and take a picture and show you guys. I think my dogs are craving my attention. So I forgot this batch makes 28 cookies and I made 12 of them. So they're really, really big cookies, but that's okay. So they're not quite done yet, so I just added a 2-minute timer, and yeah. So I got a phone call and forgot about the timer, and so I burnt them a little bit, but it's honestly not that bad. So my camera just died, so I switched it to my phone, but I got a phone call and forgot about the timer, so they're a little crispy on the bottom. It's honestly not that bad though, just a little brown, but they still look super cute. They smell like vanilla cupcakes. They smell so good, so I can't wait to try them. So I've been letting them cool for a little bit, and then we're gonna add our little red hearts to them with this icing. So I'm gonna switch them over to this plate and we're gonna decorate some. Okay, so we've got 4 cookies on the plate. Okay, so I'm gonna bring the camera close so you guys can see me decorate the cookies. So I'm just gonna do little red hearts on them. This is not going as well as I thought it would. You know, it's honestly not that bad. Well, 1 cookie's done. I'll just do these other ones and then we'll do a taste test to see if they're actually good. So we just finished decorating them and they look a little scraggly, but it's fine. So now it's time to taste test them. I think we'll go with this small heart. This one's probably my favorite one. Not as soft as I was hoping because I did burn the bottom of them. These are actually really good. They just taste like a vanilla cupcake, but in a cookie form, which makes sense because we used the vanilla cake. But overall, I rate them a 10 out of 10. They're really good. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and stay tuned for more videos. Like this video and comment down below a red heart emoji for these Grinch cookies with the red heart. Don't forget to check me out on all my other socials, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 12. Bye!
Da 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 da, oh oh, da 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 da, making our Christmas memories.